In this song, we've kind of just, normally for the albums, there's a bit of organ and a few synth lines. So what I've done in this song is kind of just stuck to the organ, just right from the top, so it just kind of drives whatever you're doing. And kind of first off in the approach, I think if you just have one keyboard player, you probably want to pull back on the piano sounds for the Prey songs because it sounds a bit tinny and it actually doesn't. I think the role of the keyboard player in a smaller setting is to support and kind of just be the present factor under whatever's happening. So I just have a organ with a bit of tremolo on it, and it's pretty just simple, like, and I just actually don't even use the left hand at all. That's something I would encourage keyboard players as well, is don't go heavy on the left hand because it can kind of just be overkill. And just throw a bit of tremolo in whenever you want. I think the number one thing that you would do, obviously, is just keep the organ just there because it just supports and drives everything. And I actually don't really touch it. I just keep it in the right hand and just drive the whole song.
And it does create a nice foundation underneath.
It's a bit of a layer that everything else can build on, because I think a lot of times piano players just try to overplay and fill in everything. And if you use just a constant sound, it can give everyone else a platform to go off of. Because if you just have the real simple... It's pretty easy to listen to, and it's pretty easy to keep up in the mix over everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the approach with this song.
What wouldn't you do?
What wouldn't I do? Something like this. I apologise for what I'm going to play, but it's going to sound really bad. This is old school, I've got an upright piano. And witness, that sounds terrible. Especially
for those of you who do play and use that sound, no offense.
Yeah. Now would be a good time to change.
No. Because what ends up happening is you just overplayed everything that Adzi was doing there on the bass, and kind of the rhythm that everyone else is doing. So it's good if the keyboard players can take an approach of where do I actually fit into the band, as opposed to trying to be the backbone when you don't necessarily need to be.
It's cool when you break it down like that, because maybe the overall sound, when you listen back to it, it sounds pretty full, and many people would think I need to play something very full here, but if we're, like right now, we're 5 people, and all of us are sort of playing fairly simple stuff, but that together becomes something that's strong.